Hey guys, it's Equestrian Tips 101, and today I'm here with my friend Shannon.
Hi.
And we're gonna be saying things that you definitely don't want to do. Doesn't I guess we can start off with saying when you first get to a barn, what you don't want to do. Like, I know when I first got there, I had no experience at all. I had no idea what like a saddle even was. So I got there, and I know certain people bring like their tack to the barn like right when they get there. I don't think the first time you go to a barn, you definitely
like see what
yeah,
they do there.
you definitely shouldn't bring your tack right away because that kind of makes the person feel like, I guess, a little intimidated. Like they might feel like you're just trying really hard, or it just kind of shows that you're like, you don't care what they have to say really because you feel like you're already really good. So you just bring all your stuff and you're like, whatever, I got this. Like, you should let them introduce themselves, and then you can introduce yourself. Not like, bam, I'm coming to your barn with all my stuff. Like,
I'd bring
kind
like
of
little
go.
stuff at a time. Like if you had like a saddle, I'd like bring your like saddle, maybe like your saddle last or something, because it's like the biggest thing, or just like little things like a tack like bag,
Or like
a
a
brush
tree.
bag, like a brush bag first, and then you can bring like your helmet, and then you'll ask like the barn owner, and don't ask the barn owner if you can have an immediate like tack storage place, because like you just got there, and like you don't want to just get there and try to be like the head of the barn, like the barn brat or something. Like you just don't want to do that. You just kind of want to be like nice when you first get there. It's kind of like school. Like you want to make your really good first impression, and you don't want to like be like, hey, can I have this, and this? Because then the barn owner's gonna be like, barn brat.
Yeah. Sorry, voice crack here. But another thing is, when you first start going to a barn, you shouldn't become super clingy to a horse like the second you like a horse. Like, you shouldn't be like, this is mine. Like, everybody likes certain horses, and you like. I remember the first time I went riding, I rode this little pony named Chief, and I thought he was like mine. I was just like super obsessed, and then I felt like everybody else who rode him was just like, yeah, I've been riding him for a year, and I was just like kind of at the lower level at the time. So definitely don't get like super clingy to your horse when you barely even know it. Like, you definitely shouldn't go buy stuff for a horse that you've only rode once, and you need to like wait it out before you go and attach yourself to a horse, because it makes everybody else feel awkward for you, because it makes you look like you know nothing, because you're just like, this horse is my baby, but you don't even like know the horse. So you gotta like slow down, because you gotta start from somewhere, and you're starting at the bottom, and you're gonna reach your way up to the top.
Bottom now, okay, but and also like going on to that, like since like other people like had their like horses like picked out, basically like their babies, like they would buy like tack for them and stuff. I kind of felt like, oh well, I don't really have a horse, so like I automatically picked like one horse, and by the time I started getting more experience, I was just like, okay, this horse was like a really bad pick. Like I really shouldn't be riding. Like she was really old, and it was just kind of a stupid pick to do. But then you get all this stuff for her. Like if you bought like a saddle or like special brushes and stuff, like you'll move on to a different horse, and you're like, wow, that was kind of stupid because now I have this like random saddle.
Point being, just try out as many horses as you possibly can before you get yourself stuck to one. Because when I first started, I rode this horse named Maddie and Chief. I kind of rode them both. One was a horse, one was a Shetland pony, and I was just kind of like riding them, and I never really got to try any other horse, so I just automatically became like stuck to them. So these are basically like our experiences, and we're telling you don't do them. So this is tips, because we were not the smartest equestrians when we first started. So this is just like advice. You don't have to do it, but it's just a better way of doing stuff. And then now I guess we're going to talk about tips when you're like from here to here. So like, I've been riding for 6 years. She's been riding for about 4 now, and I definitely would say.
Okay. Also, okay. When we say that you ride for 4, I'm sorry, but literally, like this other girl, we've been riding for like the same time. She's one of our friends, and she thinks like, I don't know. I've kind of been riding a little bit longer, but like she was at the barn before me, so she kind of automatically thought that she was better than me. Literally, if you're within 2 or 3 years, like me and Abby, we're basically at the same level. It doesn't really matter like years. It matters like if it's like if Abby was riding 8 years and I was riding 2, like that was different. Like automatically, like Abby's probably better because she's been riding for a longer time. But if it's just like 2 or 3 years in between, like you're really not gonna get into like a different.
Sorry, my computer screen is black. That's why she paused.
I was like, what?
Yeah. So, I mean, yeah, that was just a little random, but she's random. So, basically, that's just because our barn was drama, and she just kind of wanted to get that out. But anyway, so definitely when you are at a level of experience, so you go from what we were just talking about, like very beginner, and then you suddenly reach up, before you know it, you're like at 8 years of experience. So when you've reached that point, well, in between, figure that out. Like you just kind of keep going with your stuff, bring some tact there. But like when you're finally at that peak where you're just like, man, I want a horse. Like I need a horse now. Like
yeah, that should be at like year 4 or 5.
Yeah, but another tip for just going to the barn, no matter really, well, basically for experienced people, is don't try and show off. I know a lot of people who try to do that in front of little kids, and it's really, really rude because when I first started riding, everybody would try to show off to me, and they thought it was just amazing. But it's really, really hurtful to people. So when you're like I'm gonna say this again, 1 year of experience to 8 years of experience, don't be like jumping 6 feet over some against somebody who can't even try yet. Like that's actually that's rude.
It makes the beginner feel like, okay, maybe I should be like jumping 6 feet, and then they try to do that, then they hurt themselves, and then it's just like not fair.
Yeah. Anyways, this video was just a little random thing that I did with her because I really wanted to make a video with her and her big barn door headboard that she got.
Yeah, I just got it. It's like we got it antique. It's basically there's an antique shop, and it was like a barn door, and so I was really excited, and we got it like refinished, and so yeah.
Anyway, my computer is gonna die, but this video is probably not gonna be one of my best videos because it is super random and super long. But I will be making a video very soon. I'm trying to put together this long video of me riding, so hopefully that works out.
I probably will film.
Yeah, she'll film most of it. So once I get that all pushed together, it'll be a lot better, and I will be way more active, but that's like taking up a lot of my time right now. Anyway, bye. I'll see you guys maybe next week or sooner. Bye.